Hello.
How are you today?
Just starting. How are you?
One quarter of the way through the day so far.
Gotcha.
So far, so good. Hey, Susan. Okay, so let me hit the like button. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't already. And don't forget to tell a friend and leave some comments below if you like our commentary, if you think it's dead wrong, but just be nice. Okay. So on the docket today, we have, I watched this late last night. This and Chantal. Mm, mm, mm.
I didn't watch Chantal. But I did watch um Mama's Boy. I was like, yeah, I'm mad. I'm kind of mad at everybody in this episode.
You have to watch Chantal. It's setting up. It's highly produced.
Of course.
It's setting up for a messy season. And I'll just give you this tidbit. It picks up with them leaving Philippines, and
Okay.
Royal ain't talking to none of them.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so we see them leaving Philippines and coming back, and basically then it jumps to 3 months later and it's
Okay.
lockdown, and um him or Antoinette hasn't spoken to anybody in the 3 months.
Nobody.
So yeah, nobody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's quite interesting.
yeah.
It's only speaking to nobody.
It's kind it's kind of weird, but I'm
Okay.
intrigued. I'm intrigued. It was a good setup. And of course, they split their time between Georgia and the DNDR.
Right.
Nicole is highly irritating.
As
Yeah.
usual.
Mhm. Mhm. So it's setting up for it looks like it'll be a semi decent um season for them. So maybe we can put it on the rotation. Just throwing it out there.
Well, I've always liked Chantal though.
Mhm.
I've always liked Chantal. It's always been a mess to me. So, um,
Mhm.
why not? In my humble opinion.
Okay, so let me just flick over here to the comments. Ah, welcome, Trey. I'm so sick of all these couples and the lady's choice to be miserable. Yes,
That's my thing.
Trey. It's sad. It's sad, but I'm in the case of Stephanie, she's young. We expect these kind of stupid decisions from her, but Tia, girl, if you at your big old age and you don't know what you want in this life with regards to a partner, I don't know what to say. Susan, you watch Chantal? Yay! Okay, good, good. We just needed one other person to watch with us. All right, so I Love a Mama's Boy, season 2, episode 7. She finally won. So, who do you want to start with?
Oh my goodness. They're just all equally just bad. We might as well get Theus and his mama out the way because
Okay.
that was annoying.
Oh,
That was so annoying.
I
But
do
I'm going
not
to say this.
know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this. It's his mama's birthday. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were
Mm-hmm.
Tia, I would not have gone because you knew how this was going to play out. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not. I just would not have gone because yeah, you're working cool. And you know how how they treat her, how they're treating her in Vegas is how they treat her at home. So why would you expect any different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Tracy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here's my thought process on this. There was one part of their scene where Carolyn and Theus were at the table playing their
Mhm.
game at the casino, right?
The craps table.
And
Yep.
Tia was, oh, they were at the craps table, okay.
Mhm.
And Tia was calling or texting or something like that. And Carolyn told him not to answer the phone. And he said, yeah, 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 because I'm on a roll here. Tia, why do you want to get married or be involved with a gambler? Do you have any access to his accounts? Is
Yes.
he broke and that's why he needs to be attached to his mom and that's why she needs to pay for everything? I, I,
Mhm.
I got serious red flags when I saw that because I'll be damned if my man is not answering my calls because he's in the middle of a role. But yet you always pick up your mama calls. Is it because she's your
Always.
benefactor for gambling? I you know I had a comment with regards to him always expecting his mom to pay for everything when they went out. But last that scene where he said he was in the middle of the role, I wasn't down for that. Tia, pack your stuff and go. Because I was like,
Yeah.
wait, is Tia paying for the room? But if they're gamblers, they're probably signed up with the casino at the hotel, so they probably got the room for free.
Right.
So I don't know.
My thing with them is with her was
Mm-mm.
that once he didn't answer your call, you should have packed up. I had packed up and left because that's just super
Yeah, because she
disrespectful. That's
actually
just
went
super
looking for
disrespectful.
them. I wouldn't have done that. Those casinos are huge. I would have never done that.
Mm-mm.
Well, she said that this was a test for him, right?
Yes,
Well, he failed. And
he
she
really
was
did.
concerned that she didn't want him to blow all the money. That was the
Right.
first day and you thought he was
That's
going to blow
right.
all his money in the first day?
That's another sign.
Girl, I don't know why you would want to commingle with this. I
I
don't
mean,
know. I grew up
it's just the
around
truth. It's the truth
gamblers.
though.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
It's
mm-mm.
just the truth though. Like, why
Um,
would you want to do that to yourself?
okay, so what are they saying in here? All right, so if I were Tia, I would have had me a good old time alone and left them wondering where I was and what I was doing. But they're in the casino, they lose track of time and they
Hmm.
obviously don't care enough about her to wonder what she's doing. Um,
That too.
I do agree with that sentiment, but with gamblers, they don't care. They
Nope.
don't care about anybody or anything else other than hitting their jackpot. Tracy agrees and says she need to go have her own fun. Um, I would not be working while he is spending. True, but
True.
she has. She, here's the thing, though. I'm not sure why she just didn't take the time off. You see, she would have at least had a chance to be with them. But they took advantage of her having to work a few hours during the day so
Hmm.
that they can then go on Gallivant. She just lost the opportunity. I would have taken the full time, the full PTO, taken the time off, and gone and be with them so that I could be right next to Theus if I had a concern about him spending all the money at once or not knowing where they were. And that was her concern. She was like, you have to tell me where you are. When I text you or call you, you have to answer. So you let me know where you are or come back and get me. He wasn't going to do
Hmm.
that. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And Tracy says, this is how marriage is going to be too. Haven't they been together for 10 years already? Yep. Yep.
That was the thing
Yep.
for me. Like, y'all been
She's
together for 10
a mess.
years. Y'all been together for 10 years, and it's still how he treats you.
Mm-hmm. And exactly, they won't care until the money runs out, and then they'll go to Tia and they'll probably ask her for money.
Right.
I wouldn't be funding that trip at all. Tia,
You can't you
run. You
you
don't
can't be
need
doing
that.
you
You
can't be
seem
doing
like
that.
you got yourself together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't be doing all that
Okay,
because
so
this is consistent behavior, and that's the problem.
mm-hmm.
This is
Yep.
this is
So
consistent
who's
behavior. This is
next?
nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Who is next? You want to do Stephanie and Michael?
Yeah. Okay.
She needs to stay in LA.
So she actually looked happy.
She was
She
she was
looked
living her best life.
happy. Yep. She said she was
Living her best life.
networking. She was finding job opportunities. Girl, you don't need him. And is it me, or does he like last season he kind of looked attractive? This season with that little poodle puff on the top of his head, he doesn't look that attractive anymore. I don't know. I don't know. What is Tracy saying? I can understand her working a little in the morning. I do the same, make some more coin, but while they spend time together, but then I want my time. And I think that's what she wanted, Tracy. I think that's
Hmm.
what Tia wanted. She made him promise that they would have their time together, going out to eat and
Yep.
enjoying attractions. Yeah, but here's the thing, when you with a gambler, they just see what they gambling on. That's it. Nothing else matters. And unfortunately, that includes Tia. Okay, so we pick up with Stephanie. So after the parents meet up, things didn't go too well at that meeting. So she stayed at her parents' house, and he went back to Connecticut alone, or with his mom. Because she needed time to think. And so she says, I'm gonna go to LA. So she packs up her stuff and she heads out to LA, and she's with her friend Carly. And she says that she feels like he's not the same anymore. Like they're not on the same page anymore. Sorry. And y'all aren't. Thank God you're
Mm-mm.
realizing that. I think that the
Exactly.
parents meet up and what Liz said was an eye opener for her. Um, and let's see. And Carly says that it's not fair to her. And why is she staying? Um, and she says that Carly thinks that Mike takes Stephanie for granted.
He does.
And the more that Stephanie stays out there, the more she realizes that California is where she wants to be.
I hope she stays. Don't go back. There's no point.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think about their call, Stephanie and Mike? What'd you think about that?
I didn't think any of it honestly because he's he's just selfish and nothing's gonna change my mind on that. Nothing. Zero.
Mm,
I got nothing from that phone call. Nothing.
how much you want to bet, right? If he realizes that she's leaning towards staying in California, that he will throw out those empty promises that he gave her when he bought the condo to get her to come back, like guilting her into coming back, kind of like how his mom runs that game on him.
I have no doubt he'll do that. None at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because that he knows he can use that and she'll stay. But he thinks that, but I think this time she's not having it. I
Yeah,
really
because
think
I
she's
think
ready to go.
she's got her parents, like her dad, Farley, is like, stop wasting your time.
Yes.
And then Carly is giving her another perspective, someone who is not there and like hearing all of this and is giving her a perspective from outside of her circle saying, you can do so much better. Oops. Okay,
Exactly.
so Tracy says I agree. Mike looks different. Liz probably likes his Brillo pad curly hair. For real. Eh. So yeah, I honestly I hope Stephanie's made up her mind, and I hope that she stays out there and she gets a fabulous job and she has a really great career in California and finds somebody who could appreciate her for her. Um, Tracy says she needs to stay in LA and find a grown man ready to settle down. Yep, and she
Exactly. Don't
will.
waste your
She
time.
will. Hmm.
There's no point in
So
wasting your
anything
time.
else with them?
For me, no. Mm-mm.
Okay, so then it's Matt and Kelly and Emily, Shakib, and Layla.
Let's do Emily, Shakib, and Layla.
Hmm.
Wait, I wasn't mad. I
You
was not
wasn't
mad.
mad at who?
Layla, not at all.
Um, I thought Layla was out of order at the ring shop. I really did.
How so?
Okay, so she already won the battle with getting the promise ring, right? If
Hmm.
he likes a ring that's $750, do not counter and say that, Emily only deserves $500. You are not at the
That was the
Spice
part.
Zook back home.
For me, that's the
Don't
part.
do
That
that
was
because
the
you saw
part.
the shop assistant looked up and it was like, what? Like, you don't know what she deserves. Let him decide what his pocket can afford at this time. You've already talked him out of an engagement ring. And I thought that their meeting with Honor, owner, I can't,
Honor, honor,
Jessica
honor.
and her husband, Honor. I thought that that was a really great meetup. Um, and I loved his advice saying, start with a small ring and upgrade later. Like do what you can afford now and let her know that you'll upgrade it later on. Because Jessica was wearing an upgrade.
Hmm.
So I don't know. And Honor was like, he's also Middle Eastern, and he says that Shakib is fighting against the culture. Um, but Emily also has to understand.
Hmm.
I don't
But
understand why this is so hard for her because she has cultural issues too, don't she?
right? But did you catch when at the shop though? This is the interesting part. At the shop,
Mm-hmm.
she said it's too much to spend on Emily.
Mm-hmm.
That was the part for me. Like, okay, like you just not
Mm-hmm.
gonna accept this girl. You said if it was a Middle Eastern woman, I wonder would she get the same treatment? Because when
Nope.
she
Because
said,
if it was somebody that was Middle Eastern and that Layla chose, she would have been dictating how much.
because remember she said she did that with the first wedding. Everything was his mom's
Mm-hmm.
idea. Everything. She took care of
Mm-hmm.
everything. The ring, the woman, the decorations, everything. And she's still trying to do that, and it's not working this time around. And what I get her concerns. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
let him spend what he wants to spend. I mean, he at least he agreed not to spend
Mm-hmm.
$40,000.
I mean,
Like,
he's involved with Emily. He knows what she would like.
hmm,
I know she liked $40,000 ring, but the substitute, I think, like he was gravitating towards that 750 ring.
yeah,
Let him have it.
I think 750 is
I don't,
fine.
it is. After 3 years, that's bargain basement for me. I'm with
I
you
mean,
for
I'm
three
not.
years. I'm expecting something in the thousands, not 750. I'm sorry. Then again, I'm older.
My thing again, for the 3 years. That's her fault. So I'm not gonna sit here and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I look at it. You've been here for 3 years. That's your fault. and and also if she has no job, like if she wasn't working, like who was giving her money, who was supporting her? Because her mom doesn't
Her
work,
parents.
but her mom's a
Her
housewife,
parents.
and we didn't see the
Right.
dad, so
And
that's
her
that's why I'm kind
daddy.
of curious.
You know her
That's why I'm
daddy
curious.
got money. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Tracy says Middle Eastern wouldn't accept that though. Family would be more involved, completely different scenario to me. Mm.
Mm,
But like Jessica said, she said at least with her and Honor, like his parents are not in the same country. They don't speak
right.
English. So she kind of lucked out. Um oof. Yeah, this is messy. And again, like you said, she's been with him for 3 years. She know how it goes. I personally wouldn't have put up with it if I was looking for marriage. If I was not looking for marriage, maybe I would have put up with it. But if my ultimate goal was settling down with this individual, I could not do it because of Layla.
Right. No, I get that because she's acting kind of brand new when she's not new. You've been with him too long to be
Mm-hmm.
even trying to go through this foolishness. So
Mm-hmm.
either you need to accept what's going to happen and try to make do, or leave the relationship, especially after 3 years. That's the thing. After 3 years, it's either shit or get off the pot. Basically, that's how I'm looking at it.
But if Layla did everything for the first marriage, pick the woman, all of the arrangements, everything, she was Layla approved and it didn't work, what makes her so sure that she knows the right woman for her own son?
Yeah,
Maybe there is
that's the
something about
thing.
Emily that works for Shakib that the first wife did not.
No, that's totally true. And I'm just saying with the situation, Layla, she's always gonna have her mindset that she knows best. Um, so that being said, I'm not looking for her to change at all. To me, that's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
But with Emily, I'm looking more at the fact like this has been a 3 year thing. This is not like this is 3 years, not 3 weeks. So I think at this point it's up to her to make the decision. Either you kind of give me close to what I want, or I need to go elsewhere because three
Mm-hmm.
years is a long time, and she's young too. So I'm not understanding her rush to get married at such a young age. Because the way she's coming across is that I want to get married so I don't have to work anymore and I can lay on my ass and take care of dogs and go drink coffee. That's the way she comes across to me. That's just the way
Oh my
she to
God.
me she's lazy. She comes across as lazy. Like remember on her first day on the
Mm-hmm.
job, like oh my god, it's so hard and there was so much training or whatever. I'm like okay, like that's called work. So yeah, we a lot of us do it. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
She's not. She has
Well,
like
she
no
could be
ambition to her.
spoiled too. She could be spoiled. That'd be her mother and father fault.
If she's
Mm-mm-mm.
spoiled, then why is she working?
Because we all got to grow up sometime. Oh God.
Mm,
So Tracy says she has a kid. Emily wishes that she had that in-law situation. Yes, she does. Okay. So, oh, and Tracy agrees with you. Uh-huh. All right. So anything else with oops with Shakib?
nah, this is gonna be a whole mess.
Mm. All right. So last but not least, we have Kim, Matt, and Kelly. It's Mother's Day, and Matt has decided. Oh, and Kelly's leaving in a couple of days to transfer to Texas for her job. So Matt has decided to take the two of them to a winery in Napa. I don't know why Kim thought that this celebration was for her
Right.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
And when the gifts came out, I hollered when I saw that mug that he gave her after seeing the presents that he gave
Right.
his mama.
Someone in America, someone in California loves you.
Really? Because it ain't you.
That's why I've been like, where they at? Tell me.
Hmm.
That was a shame.
Child.
And
And the people
the
at the winery, that lady,
yes, she had me dying.
she wasn't down for Matt and Kelly's relationship when he put that flower in her hair. It was so creepy.
That was weird. That was cringy. That was super
Do
cringy.
they realize how they're coming over on this?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. It's just yeah, no. No sir, no ma'am. That was just
Okay, so
they annoy me
Susan can't
because
stand Kelly.
hmm?
Hmm. No, I
Go
was
ahead.
just saying Susan says she can't stand Kelly.
It's just for Kim to even sit there and entertain that mess. It's like yeah, no, not at all. Because you deserve better and you've done nothing wrong, and they're like it's like they go out of their way to make her feel some sort of way. So when you feel people
Hmm.
are making you feel that way and they do this on a consistent basis, at this point you have to make the decision because they're not about you. I'll put it that way. Because you're supposed to be like
No.
you're leaving, you're like you're off to a brand new job in a new city. It's supposed to be a celebration. But granted, it's Mother's Day. That's cool. Like, but if you're gonna combine the two, then both people should feel special equally. Not your
Hmm.
mom is lavish with gifts, and your significant other gets a Hallmark mug. No, that's out of
I
pocket.
don't know. Tracy says, how about Kelly staring at Kim every time Matt did anything? Kelly is gross. Matt is grosser. And Kim, I'm looking at you side eye being the grossest of them all because you lay down with Matt every night. Ugh.
Mm,
Sorry. And Susan says, um, it's perverted how she acts. It is.
mm-hmm.
It's not normal. It's very cringy. It's gross, but okay, if that's how we doing. And then when they started talking to each other in
Yeah,
elfish,
no,
I don't even know what that is.
Lord of the
And
Rings or something
seeing
like
the
that, or
pictures of
whoever.
them dressed in
Yeah,
costume,
that I was
I'm
done.
like, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here with this mess.
I was done with the costumes. I was done.
Because I had to rewind it when they were talking to you. I was like, wait, what? Did my recording mess up? And so I'm glad that Kim asked, well, what was that? And they were talking to each other in that it's not a real language. Or am I
Right.
wrong on that? I don't know. It's just odd. It's ugh. I hate them. Listen, Kim, go to Texas. Do
And
not
stay.
come back. The server was grossed out. Oh my god. I hope that Kim used her the salary from these 2 seasons on this ridiculous show and embarrassing herself with these two idiots to set up her new life in Texas. I really do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
I hope
Hope
she's
she
already met
never
somebody
comes.
online. I hope she's already met somebody online.
I hope she marries her boss who transferred her and come back and
Mm.
live in a bigger house than Kelly.
Right. In the same neighborhood. Just to
Uh-huh.
be messy. Just to be messy. just
Child.
to be messy, because the way they act and
Have
the
a
way they
big old
treat
gate
her,
and security dogs.
the way they
Why
treat
does
her,
she put up with that though?
there's no reason to. Because I'm sorry, this is just not to be rude, but he like so. First of all, the wine pourer, she calls him a man child, which I agree with. And Matt has been so into his mom. I don't see him putting it down on her like that tough to where she's gonna deal with anything. So I'm not understanding it. And that's just the way I see it. I'm
Kelly
sorry.
doesn't, I mean, Kim doesn't look like she's had an orgasm in years. Sorry.
Yeah, like, he ain't putting it down like
This
that.
is
I'm just saying.
just
I'm just saying.
stupid.
Yeah, she needs to go
Mm-mm-mm.
somewhere quickly because you being disrespected on international TV is not the business. Just saying.
Mm-mm. Okay, and I think we've gone through all the couples. This was a nice, quick, tidy little episode of I Love a Mama's Boy season 2, episode 7. She finally won. Oh.
Yeah, all the ladies
Mm-mm-mm.
run, just run and don't look back. Don't even. Yeah, no, don't do it to yourself because you should not have to put up that kind of disrespect. Because all the ladies are nice and they're cool. It's just the men and their
Mm-hmm.
mamas like this is just next level bad. Excuse me.
Well, Emily is changed. I don't know how cool she is. Emily is the only one that I'm just like, really, you're not that nice. Like last season, I felt bad for
We,
her.
yeah,
This
we feel bad
season,
for her.
I'm like, where'd you come from?
Right. That's true. All the ladies except for Emily. Emily deserves whatever she gets at this point, in my opinion, because
Oh
she's
my
being too
God,
ridiculous.
Tracy. She needs to save a horse and ride a cowboy. Well, let's hope. Let's
Yeah,
hope she gets her back blown out with some
but
of
because
that
it's
that
funny.
that good old oil money.
I'm saying next week is gonna like after next week she better not come back. You just because she's being honest with you and tell like I don't see you as my future husband. You gonna tell her go to hell? Yep, yep. That's my key. Just to stay in Austin. Thank
See,
you, thank
my
you.
thing cut off before the preview. What is the preview for next week?
Oh, he so basically they have a conversation, and I think she's just feeling some sort of way. So
Mm-hmm.
they have a conversation. She's honest with him, tells him like, hey, at this point, I can't see you as my future husband. He gets mad, he literally throws a tantrum and tells her to go to hell. Go to. I'm like, wow. And she's left there by her. And he
I
yelled.
would
He
leave
literally
the
yelled at his
ring.
mom. He yelled at his mom like, "Mom, let's go!" Like he tried to get some bass in his voice, but it didn't work too well. Um, yeah, that's what he told her, and him and the mom left her there at the place that they were
So
like.
this was at the winery?
This looks to be in the winery at the restaurant part, in the restaurant portion. That's the way it looks, but it's at the winery. But they go from outside to inside.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Tracy, I love you too. Oh my God. I think we think along the same lines, Tracy. I see you. I see you in all your comments. Oh gosh. Um if he leaves her there, because remember, he organized the car to bring all three of them there. If
Hmm.
he leaves her there without any transportation, what a fucking twat. Oh my God.
Yeah. They leave. They go
Child.
outside. She's inside crying. I'm like, yeah, no. It's time for you to go. You're good at this point.
Let me tell you, when I was, look, I would go back as if nothing happens, right? I would go back, I
Hmm.
would pack up my suitcases, I would wait till he's working with Kelly and pack up all the rest of my belongings. And
Yes.
then I would have the movers come take my stuff, and then I will be rolling my little suitcases and going off to the airport and going to Texas. And the only thing I would leave behind is that engagement ring right on the
Hmm.
counter and say, you could give this to Kelly.
Right, and block him on everything.
Have a wonderful life. Yep. Have a wonderful
Block on
life.
block on everything. No
Hmm.
second chances, no
This
chances at
job
all.
opportunity, exact. This job opportunity came up for a reason, girl. This is
Yes,
fate telling you this is the path you're supposed to take. Kelly.
yes.
Okay. Yes, exactly, Jamal. Mom, let's go. Kelly goes running out behind him. LOL. Hey, Yanni. Was God sent? Yep. Yep.
It was. I really feel that way. Like this job opportunity showed up because he's like, look, you doing too much. Um, you need to get out. This is not a good situation for you. He said, let's go. And I'm just glad
Mm-hmm.
she was in the frame of mind to take that job opportunity. That's what I'm happy for. I
Hey,
was worried she was.
Katie.
I was worried she wasn't gonna take it. To be honest, I
So
was really,
Tracy
really
says
worried.
this is a different restaurant next week. Looks like maybe she comes back to visit and says that to Matt. Holy cow. Ooh. Okay, so Yanni says, luckily I can see two of the girlfriends scaling this cult. It is kind of crazy. I hope all of them break up at the end of the season and then we get
All of them.
fresh victims next season.
Yes, that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for because this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you think it's okay to treat people
Okay,
this way?
so yeah, yeah. Well, guys, leave your comments below on what you thought of this episode. Like, do we see a light at the end of the tunnel for these ladies? Do you want to see them next season? I know I don't. I want all of them to break up and start fresh next season. What does Yanni say? Um, Me too, Jamal. I thought last minute she would change her mind because he would guilt her to stay, but Kelly is
Hmm.
behind pushing him to let her go for sure. Ooh.
Oh, she's trying to get rid of Kelly.
Okay. Mm. I thought what I always think, run, baby, run. Yeah. They all need to run.
Yes.
Oof. Agreed, agreed. Guys, this was a great little show. Thank you so much for participating in the live chat. Your comments are always eye opening for me and they make me laugh most of the time. And guys, on the replay crew, please leave your comments below. This show is full of idiots. It's full of idiots. But they're funny idiots, and we encourage all of them to leave their non-existent partners. Nobody should stay. Oh my God, no
Nope.
one. Oh goodness. All right. So Jamal, any final comments on this stupid little show?
No, it was a nice little tidy episode. Went by very fast, at least for me. And I think we're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow, wear your best prison garb because we'll be back in the pen with Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. All right. And we'll be here 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. So come one, come all, and be ready to participate in the comments. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.